A very good evening and welcome here to Prague to the playoffs for the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. Super in every single shape and form. A fantastic field of 18 going over 2 rounds for a massive prize money of €1.25 million. And two alongside me, one who knows what it's like to actually win that and one that's competing for it tonight as well. Edwina Alexander, 2018 winner, welcome.
Thank you.
And Darragh Kenny, great to see you. You're in our field of 18 tonight. You're looking nervous, Darragh.
Only about this interview more than the riding.
Edwina, let's come on to you first. 2018 winner, first ever winner of the Super Grand Prix. We're going to have some images up of that as well. What was it like being a part of that, being the very first time?
Oh, it was just amazing, really. I mean, when I walked the course, I was thinking, my gosh, you know, my horse was quite tense the first day.
Yeah.
She'd had a couple down in the team, so I was a little bit worried that I wasn't, you know, in the best of form, but I think she got more relaxed after she jumped that round, and it was a tough course. I had a good draw, and there was only 2 of us clear, so that made it even more exciting.
Yep.
And then coming back after that to the second round, I was, you know, Harry was just before me. I was in the hot seat, and he'd fallen off.
It was thrills and spills.
Yeah, it was thrills to the spills, and then I had no idea what Ludger had done.
Yeah.
You know, the paddock was a little bit up the top there, so I couldn't really see what was going on. I hadn't even thought about what he had done until halfway round. You know, I'd had one down, and I actually was supposed to do an inside turn.
Yeah.
I missed the turn, so I thought, well, I was so convinced she was going to jump clear, and then halfway around I hit one, and then my game plan totally changed. I don't know what distances I had. I just made it work somehow, and it really worked.
And from going on there, we had huge presentations, fire, the whole production, everything else. What did it feel like walking out there for the very first time? Because just nobody's done it before.
Yeah.
You're good at being a trailblazer.
Someone has to be
You're
the
good at
first
being a
one.
trailblazer.
Yeah. No, but you know, it was amazing for me, and it was special because my parents were there as well.
Yeah.
So I think that made it, you know, very exciting. I was the only female as well, so that was also exciting. But yeah, it was a really tough competition. It was the biggest competition I'd ever won. I had won 2, you know, Grand Prix the weeks prior to that, so
yeah.
I was in good shape. So I'd had an amazing 3 weeks.
And you had an amazing few weeks afterwards, because I seem to remember you then went in Paris, you won all sorts of places. You were flying.
Good form.
Good form. That was in California.
Things happen in 3 seconds.
Exactly. It happened fantastically. Let's take a look at the qualifiers who we've got through to the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix, because we've talked about the 18 that feature here. Now, here they are. Well, we start right from the season go. That was winner in Doha, Julien Epierre. Now, we bring forward all the winners of the Grand Prix. Now, if a winner had already won an event, like Martin Fuchs did, then the person placed second came into play. So people like Ben Mayer, although he then won later on. Manuel Zanatelli, second place in Rome, but comes through in the qualifier. Jessica Springsteen, for the ladies this time, winner in Saint-Tropez, alongside Danny Waldman, who was the winner in Shanghai. Danny, who was winner of 2 stages. And our last qualifier of the season was Marcus Enning in New York, finishing second to Ben Mayer on that occasion. But great to have him in the field. Ludger Beerbaum's in there once again. He qualified in Berlin. And look at the rest of them. Peter Fredriksson qualifying in Stockholm. Niels Brunseels, in fact, the Belgians with 4 qualifiers in here. But Daniel Deusser looming, he finished well last year. Martin Fuchs, and of course the series champion, Ben Mayer. And of course he's in there with Explosion W. What else would he be riding? Let's come into you, Darragh. Darragh, you're obviously in the field as well. You're the one I haven't mentioned yet, but because I'm you sitting here. Balou de Reventon, and an amazing season for you. Let's just take you back to your qualifier, if you like, your Grand Prix win in Chantilly, your first Grand Prix win on the Longines Global Champions Tour. A big day, but you've been building towards it. A little like Edwina was saying, it was sort of second or third Grand Prix in as many weeks.
Yeah, the horse was in super form at the time. He felt great. He had won in Connacht 2 weeks before. I knew that it was a show that would suit him well. He has a massive stride and he's great on the grass. So I kind of aimed for there, and it worked out.
It certainly worked out from there, but it's going to be very different. I mean, you've jumped here this week, nice round. We're actually going to show you that in a few minutes' time, but very different coming into this arena.
Yeah, and especially for him, he's quite a big horse. It'll be a little bit tight for him, but it's super show jumping here, and I think he feels in great form again, so hopefully we can do some damage.
Edwina, second year here in Prague for the playoffs. Last year, that first experience. What's this like as a show? In terms of, you know, we walked in through the door last year and suddenly went, wow.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, after last year, I was kind of thinking, how can it get better?
Yeah.
But everyone's been talking about it since last year, and everybody was so surprised at, you know, how good it was. We always knew it was going to be very good, very exciting. But I know when Jan does things, he tries to do the best.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, there's places you can always improve and some changes. And but I think, you know, he's tried to do the best he can. And there's a lot more people maybe here, or maybe
sold out tonight.
Yeah, I've got friends from Australia that have come out just for this event.
Wow.
Yeah, and so there's a lot more people that decided after seeing last year and how exciting it was that they really wanted to come back. And it's just full house and just unbelievable atmosphere.
I know I was chatting to people in the crowd who come in from Portugal yesterday as well. They've come in from far and wide to watch you all go at it, which is the great thing. Now, Darragh, you mentioned your round there. We've already seen Bleu de Wellington in the quarterfinals of the GCL here this week. We're going to take a little look at that round and just talk us through that horse and that very good performance on day one for you.
I think, you know, the horse, I've saved him a lot for this show. It's probably one of the biggest shows now of the year for all those riders. It's one of the most exciting Grand Prix, and I really aimed him for this show, and he feels in fantastic form. He jumped super the first day. It was a tough enough round already to start day one, but he's quite an experienced horse, and it all feels good to me so far.
The plan is so far up to speed.
Yes, exactly.
Now, the thing is, there's going to be quite a few people trying to stop you, even on your best form today.
Yes.
How do you look much at the start list? And I'm going to come on to your picks in a few minutes' time.
Yeah, of course, we all look at the start list, you know, but like when you look at this start list, it's the strongest combinations in the world, you know, like it's not, you know, some shows we go and we take one horse or another horse. This is the strongest combinations in the world at the moment, you know, and they're all here. And so I think it's going to be incredible.
And when you won in Chantilly, did that then change your plan for the season? That suddenly this came in a big way?
Well, I was hoping I'd be here anyway.
That's what I like, positive thinking.
Positive thinking, exactly.
Edwina, from your point of view, not in this year, sadly, but the first ever winner. You're the first on the trophy. That's always the important bit. You've got teammates from the likes of Saint-Tropez Pirates here. Peter de Vos is one of those. He's been one of the riders of the season. What do you think of his chances tonight? What have you made of his series so far this year?
Well, I mean, Peter's been very strong because he's had 4 amazing horses that he's been able to swap around, and which has been, you know, for a team, we've been very fortunate, and he's been fortunate, and so I think when you have a lot of good horses, you can mix them up a little bit, and you can save them, and you can prepare them for those particular competitions. And I know he's you know, he was choosing which horse he was going to jump in this. He didn't really know until he arrived, but I think he's chosen the right horse for sure. And then you've got Danny.
Yes.
Yeah. So Danny, you know, she's just a little bit unfortunate because her best horse couldn't make it here. So you know, we had a little bit of unluck, our team, as you saw.
Yeah.
I wasn't really meant to be riding, but you know, that's sport. That's how it goes. We knew before we started, but that's how it is, and we tried to do the best. But we're going to have to try differently next time.
But we've doubled up the lady riders in the field this year. We've got Danny Woolman and we got Jessica Springs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's great.
Coming out strong.
Yeah.
But Darragh, from your point of view, let's get straight into that. We've got 18 riders in here. Let's go through. Julien Epéard, Jérôme Guéry, Peter de Vos, Danny Woolman, let's name but a few. Christian Almond, Michael van der Vleuten, Manon Zanatelli, Jessica Springsteen, Marcus Henning, all that group. Other than yourself, who've hopefully already got the image in your head of standing on top of that podium, who do you think are the real ones you've got to watch here? Who's your pick? Who's you want to come out of the pack?
Anybody that's picking would have to pick Ben Mayer.
Yeah.
Ben Mayer and Explosion have been the horse of this year, you know, and they've been incredible. So you would have to say that they're going to be extremely strong. Martin Fuchs with Clooney also won the European Championships, you know, days of jumping and jumping clear rounds, you know. Those two are two of the strongest there is. Peter Fredriksson also won a championship on that horse and was a medalist at the Olympics, you know. And then I think Daniel Deutsch's horse is a strong bet also. It
Darragh.
jumps a lot of clear rounds. He's a top rider. I think it's going to be. It's not an easy pick. You can't. It's very difficult to pick one. You know.
You make it sound like you've got a wall of talent coming at you.
Literally. Literally.
This feels like a football game with one man on one side and the other 12 on the.
Exactly. You know, like you look at this list. It's the best riders in the world, and they've brought their best horse here, and like they're not coming here to just jump around. You know, all these riders want to win.
Yeah.
And I think the intensity of this Grand Prix is going to be something special.
Something that's built up to it is walking through that walk of champions as you come through the door. We're going to show you coming through there. What's that feeling like? I mean, this is again another level up.
It's fantastic, you know, like the way they do this show here is brilliant. You know, it's really a show, and it's a show with top sport, and that's the way our industry needs to go as a whole sport. And I think it's amazing, you know, like they really involve the audience, they really, you know, get everybody behind the class, and it's an incredible atmosphere.
Have you been working on your swagger and your wave to come out there?
I was just trying not to trip.
Edwina,
Yeah.
your picks.
Oh gosh, you only have to go double clear and fast, so
It's that all.
it's
Yeah.
just it's that easy, you know. They're so experienced, and obviously, beginning of the course is more difficult. You know, as good as they are, of course, Marcus Erning, amazing. So he's obviously not in the best position, but he's for sure one of the best riders. So it just all depends, and it's really hard to say. Last year, I didn't think I was going to win. To be honest, I mean, I was positive, and I was strong, and I was in a great, frame of mind with the previous wins I'd had. So I think, one thing you've got to do is focus on yourself, and you've just got to, take every jump as it can and do the best you can and stay really cool.
And talking strategy there, I mean, as you say, Marcus Erning goes first, but in the second round, they go in reverse order.
Exactly, yeah.
So you can jump yourself into a good position.
Yeah, 100%, yeah, no, for sure. But you got to get going in the first round.
So your pick's Marcus Erning?
I don't
I'm making you commit here.
You're putting me on the spot here.
Absolutely right.
I'm honestly, I have the same feeling as Darragh. I hope Darragh, he's obviously going to feel that he's going to win, which is normal.
He's with us, he gets given.
Of course, and that's how it has to be. I mean, you've got to go in this thinking that you're going to win, or not.
Yeah. What is the mindset in here? I mean, do you go in with confidence, or do you just go in with absolute focus on your plan?
Both. You know, you've got to be. You can't be here if you're just going to go and try to jump around and finish the course. You come here to win against the best riders in the world. That like Darragh said, has been. They've been preparing for this for a long time. So
and there's the trophy.
Yeah, there it is.
With your name on it. Whatever happens, and your name is twice, of course, on the trophy for the Global Champions Tour Series as well.
Yeah. Thank
you. It's ready for the third time.
Thank you.
Okay, great field. A quick question for you: how many Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix do you think of this 18 through their career they've won? Edwina, give me a number.
Oh my gosh. Each rider?
Of all of those riders, how many do you think they've won? Of the 18 competing tonight?
In total?
In total.
35.
35?
Yeah, 32.
45.
Oh.
45 Grand Prix between them.
Yeah.
That shows you it's a good field.
Yeah.
Of all of you competing here, 95.
Oh,
That's how many Grand Prix, because we bring you into play as well.
Well, thank you.
Okay, well, good luck for the night.
Yeah.
Darragh Kenny, good luck. Hopefully we see you back at the other end for an interview saying, well done, congratulations. But either way, I think the thing to take away from this, Edwina, is that everybody here tonight has won a major Grand Prix to get in here.
Absolutely. That's how you got to be to get here.
It's the best of the best.
Yeah, the best of the best, yeah.
Enjoy.
Thank you. I will enjoy watching.